Keep walking all the way down to the river. Keep walking all the way down. You'll find peace of mind there in the water. Keep walking all the way down. Oh friend, won't you comfort me? My lover left me yesterday. My heart is stiff. I wonder if it'll stay that way. Keep walking all the way down to the river. Keep walking all the way down. You'll find peace of mind there in the water. Keep walking all the way down. Oh friend, won't you comfort me? I lost my job and my pay. A wounded pride, it makes me hide and run away. Keep walking all the way down to the river. Keep walking all the way down. You'll find peace of mind there in the water. Keep walking all the way down. Oh friend, won't you comfort me? My body is aging and ill. What can I keep as I grow weak and worry still? Keep walking all the way down to the river. Keep walking all the way down. You'll find peace of mind there in the water. Keep walking all the way down. Keep walking all the way down to the river. Keep walking all the way down. You'll find peace of mind there in the water. Keep walking all the way down. Thanks.
Wow, what a day. I see probably at least half a dozen people out here who I think came just because I was going to be talking. I love you people. Thank you so much. Your support and all of you is so appreciated, so appreciated. I'm not going to read you the whole Science of Mind text or its concordance. I just wanted to make mention of them in my talk, so I brought them along. Wow. So our topic today is whole, perfect, and complete. What does that mean? I don't know. How many of you who have been here regularly can remember Reverend Marilyn saying that to us every now and again? You know, you are whole, perfect, and complete, with such energy and enthusiasm. And somehow it seemed kind of, earlier on especially, kind of out of sync with my life experience. It sure didn't feel whole, perfect, and complete all the time. So I wondered what on earth the message was, or what's she trying to tell us? I was a little curious and a little almost irritated sometimes by it, but it was nothing compared to what my wife Marilyn felt about it. I can remember her telling me once after church one Sunday on our way home, if she tells me that one more time, I'm not going back. Well, she must have changed her mind about that because she's here again today. Anyway, if you can remember Reverend Marilyn saying that, just would you raise your hand for me? Oh, there's lots of hands out there. I assume that the rest of you are either like first-time visitors or some kind of statistical aberration, because she said that to us quite often. Bless your heart, Marilyn. I'm not just here to tease you today, but okay. I even noticed that Reverend Christine Jeffers, our guest speaker last week, said she kind of snuck one of those in on us. You are whole, perfect, and complete. So it's not just Reverend Marilyn. How about that? But the fact is that all of us have experienced over and over and over again that most of the time our earthly experience falls a little bit short of feeling whole, perfect, and complete. But despite that, there seems to be consistency and persistence on behalf of the ministers in our experience that want to tell us that. You are whole, perfect, and complete. So in the face of all this evidence to the contrary, all of our personal experience that says, how does insisting that we are whole, perfect, and complete make sense to a minister? I think they believe what they're saying. They're not up here BSing us. They're not up here teasing us. So what on earth is the message that they're trying to pass on to us? So with tongue in cheek, I offer you a whole, perfect, and complete understatement. There seems to be a bit of a gap between our life experience and the simple statement, you are whole, perfect, and complete. That gap is what we're going to explore this morning. Bless your heart. I think maybe I should just sit down, huh? That was good. What perfect timing. If you look in the dictionary, it confirms what you already know. Whole, perfect, and complete are three words that carry quite similar meanings. And it almost seems like using them back to back to back borders on being redundant. Seems like that any one of the words would have been sufficient. You are whole. You are perfect. You are complete. And I don't know which one you might choose if we were going to choose just one of those to be told. I like the word whole because it has the same linguistic root as the word holy. And it feels good to think that it's possible for us human beings to be holy. So I like that word. But when Reverend Marilyn or Reverend Jeffers or any other Reverend or even Foster says to you, you are whole, it's not about being physically whole, perfect, and complete like a young Schwarzenegger or Elizabeth Taylor. You younger folks might have picked different examples. It's about being spiritually whole, as in holy. Probably all of us would like to be comfortable being told that we're holy. But for lots of us, including moi, it feels just a little bit like an overstretching of things. But if we could accept it, it would imply that our basic inner nature is to be holy. Holy as in sacred. Imagine that. Each of us, with our mental closets full of memories to the contrary, our ministers have been telling us that everyone in the room is holy. That might imply that even I am holy, and you should see my mental closet. Or maybe not, maybe not. I don't think we'll go further in that direction. Okay, that's enough from the dictionary. Since we're here in the Center for Spiritual Living, it might be a good idea to see what our founder, Ernest Holmes, had to say about this. So with the help of this concordance, which is a, oh my goodness, over 300-page book in itself, we can find out where everything Ernest ever wrote in this, whatever it is, 600 or 700 page, 650-some page book, The Science of Mind, his textbook, his tome. And it's interesting, we could find dozens of places where those three words, whole, perfect, complete, could be found individually or in various pairings, but there is no place in this whole huge book where Ernest looks us in the eye and says, you are whole, perfect, and complete. That's kind of interesting. I did take note of a similar teaching from Lao Tzu, found in the Tao Te Ching. In chapter 29, he says, do you want to improve the world? I don't think it can be done. The world is sacred. It can't be improved. If you tamper with it, you'll ruin it. If you treat it like an object, you'll lose it. Wow, there are about a gazillion sermons in those 6 lines, but we're not going to do all those today either. It seems like Lao Tzu is saying that the world, that life itself, is already perfect. It can't be improved. And if we try, we'll just mess it up. So the whole, perfect, and complete idea has been around for a very long time. There's one passage in here that I found especially interesting. Ernest says, in beginning a series of treatments for any person, we start with the idea of perfect God, perfect man, and perfect being. In every case, it is well to begin by the removal of any doubt and fear, to assure ourselves that the one whom we are seeking to help is complete and perfect, harmonious and whole. That's pretty close. He came really close to saying you are whole, perfect, and complete. But with that sentence, or 2 sentences, my quest for understanding has taken on kind of a personal edge. And I must say this edge was a little more sharp and irritating a few months ago than it is right now. Here I am, a practitioner, a person who uses whole, perfect, and complete in the service of other people. I believe it is true, but where is the consistency between the beliefs I espouse and the fact that during the past year, type 1 diabetes showed up in my life at the age of 69 yet. Type 1 is supposed to show up by the time you're 20. I don't know what it's doing in here 50 years late. In the first few weeks afterwards, I was just plain cranky, ornery mad about it all, saying to myself, what is whole, perfect, and complete about poking myself in the finger 4 times a day, squeezing out a drop of blood, testing its sugar level, and then giving myself an insulin shot before every meal and before bed? A little inconsistency there. I can assure you that at times it has felt like a whole, perfect, complete pain in the butt. But it's not from the shots. That's not where they go. Okay. Some of the heat went out of my diabetes experience after reading this passage from The Science of Mind a few weeks ago. Ernest was talking about a particular class of symptoms when he wrote, we train our mind to contemplate the good, the enduring, the true. That which has caused depression, discouragement, or indecision must be neutralized by our refusal to allow it to register. Realize that the spirit within you manifests as perfect harmony, and that every cell, atom, and organ of your body is functioning according to the divine law. That refusing to allow it to register Sounds like Dr. Holmes was saying that our thoughts about a condition have a powerful impact on our experience of it. Another much more ancient master, the Buddha himself, clearly embraced a similar idea. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make our world. Well, I could go on, but in the interest of making this lengthening search get done in the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to kind of focus toward the main points. I know now that I had completely misunderstood what it means to be whole, perfect, and complete. So here's one of the life lessons contained in my diabetes experience. Being a whole, perfect, and complete expression of the Divine One simply means I am holy. Being holy does not imply an earthly life experience of continuous, undiluted bliss. We might think we like that, but that's not what we're here to experience. I think I mentioned this to one or two or several of you at other times. I had an experience probably, I don't know, 5 months ago or so now, where I woke up one morning at 3 o'clock, and I'm telling you, it was like the divine had shoved a funnel in the top of my head and heart and just poured in this new understanding about the nature of earthly life and our purpose in being here was just made clear in a way that was new to me. And I'm just going to kind of read or semi-read here a summary of what I wrote in my journal after that. Earthly life is fundamentally an experiential education system. Its purpose is expansion in consciousness of divinity itself. Divinity, and you can use whichever word you like there, God, divinity, the Holy One, pick your label. Divinity is a self-learning, self-expanding system, and we are an integral part of that system. In contrast to earlier ideas about its nature, divinity is not static in its way of being. God is not hanging out up there somewhere on a cloud, blissing out on angelic harp music. Divine perfection does not imply no growth. God is not done with itself. There's an old saying, God's not done with me yet. Same is true of the One itself. Divinity, the Divine One, grows with us and through us. That is why we are here. Right now, at this very instant, we are divine life. We actually are divinity experiencing itself. As we grow in consciousness, we are in truth supporting the evolution and expansion of God. Because we are in no way separate from it, as we expand, there is no way God could not expand with us. Our purpose is to expand God's knowing of itself. That's the whole, perfect, and complete story of life. This was so kind of expanding for my understanding. I just want to read part of this again, kind of blow through it more quickly. Earthly life is fundamentally a place where we learn through our experience. The reason that's important is because that's the mechanism. We are the mechanism by which the divine experiences more and more and more of itself. The divine is not static. We've always thought that, even Ernest would tell us, God is already whole, perfect, and complete. It's part of its creation, but not absorbed by it, like he was sort of beyond the need or the inclination to grow. But that's not how it came to me. Our purpose is to support and be part of that growth in the divine itself. Because we are not separate from that divine one. We are held within it and part of it. If we expand, how could God not expand? I think that the truth is, that's how it works. Okay, so the eternal souls that animate each and every one of us have always known these truths. But realizing them while embedded in this human experience was quite new to me, and maybe to other folks as well. Going back to Lao Tzu, what if it's true? What if it's true that the world is sacred? What if conditions on planet Earth already are inherently whole, perfect, and complete for souls to experience the evolution in consciousness we each came here for? In the realm of earthly life, with this understanding of its purpose, is it helpful for pain and suffering to be present so that we can learn to appreciate their opposite? Are compassion-driven efforts to make the world a better place, a world that works for everyone, about conditions or about the evolution of souls? If the latter is true, then Lao Tzu's wisdom and conditions on planet Earth are not at odds. With this view of truth, whole, perfect, and complete is not out of sync with any of our life experiences. Perhaps the truth that our life experience is already, right here, right now, whole, perfect, and complete, simply lies hidden beneath the surface roar of daily life. From a personal point of view, is it possible that the condition of diabetes came into my life as a teacher bearing lessons? What other non-physical changes have arisen within me as a result of its visit here? Do I focus more than ever before on caring for my body? Yes, I do. Do I more fully appreciate the value of this body as a temple of the Most High, the vehicle that carries my eternal soul through this incarnation in the great university of Earth? Big sentence, big question. Yes. Is this experience of diabetes a whole, perfect, and complete way to bring new levels of appreciation for the value of earthly life and its lessons? It's turning out that way. Yes, it is. Could it be that many of our uncomfortable and scary life experiences are similarly whole, perfect, and complete? Is it true that life difficulties are actually divine tools to facilitate soul evolution and thereby expand spirit's knowing of itself? I believe we find the balance and higher states of consciousness we are here to experience by going within to our divine essence, rather than by wrestling with external conditions. I believe the higher truth that we are programmed to seek in our experience of life is always already present, deeply embedded in our very nature as human beings. So, are we whole, perfect, and complete? What do you think? What do you think? Let us pray.
Pick me up and dust me off, kiss and make it better. It was a hard night, I fell my my share of times. Tell me it'll be alright. Oh, baby, it's okay. Oh, I love you anyway. Pick me up and dust me off. I don't think I won the race. I didn't do my best, I didn't try my hardest. Who's proud of last place? Oh, baby, it's okay. Oh, I love you anyway.